Did you just put a cigarette into his mouth?
That's.
Oh, it's the video, if that's okay. I'm not judging. You're both consenting adults.
Oh, yeah.
Can I please capture your interactions?
Of course you can.
Thank you. Very kind of you. I wish everyone was as cool as this. The viewers will be wondering, what is going on? What is going on?
This is a world of female supremacy.
Female supremacy.
Yeah. So they know that women are in charge and women are here to rule. So as the beta male...
Beta male. Are you a beta male? Okay, as the
A beta male is basically a male that wasn't really born to be a man. As you can see, that's why she's in a pretty frilly...
Many conservatives and Trump voters have been concerned about the issue regarding the issue of pornography and whether it should be banned for use in the United States. Such an approach would be similar to the Great Firewall created in China in 2003, which regulates China's internet domestically with internet censorship by blocking access to selected foreign websites and slowing down cross-border internet traffic. Ex-user PearlyThings tweeted that banning porn would simply increase the money that content creators on OnlyFans make. Some agree that porn should be banned because, at least with platforms like OnlyFans, there is a paywall behind creators' content, which would prevent young users who don't have credit cards to gain access to the inappropriate content. Most, however, believe that OnlyFans would be included in such a ban because OnlyFans is dominated by pornographic content. Others believe that there should be ID requirements to access adult content worldwide. Some detractors believe that it is impossible to ban porn because the First Amendment protects it. But this conversation really only highlights the real problem underlying the porn problem and the gender war that has raged ever more significantly in the past year or so, which is the relations between the sexes. It is no mystery that the general greater awareness of pornographic content has existed since at least the millennial generation were kids, where they would find their parents' stash of XXX-rated movies and magazines. What's interesting to me is that although such media did exist in the house, I highly doubt that parents were unaware of each other's collections of such content. I can easily assume that much like drugs and alcohol, pornography could have been used as supplements for sexual context between mom and dad to help get in the mood or inspire each other to get experimental in the bedroom. But today, pornography seems to be mostly looked at as a form of media for lonely people, especially men, who struggle with dating in the modern age and yet still need to satisfy their intrinsic carnal need for sexual satisfaction, completed by masturbation. It is no mystery that human beings have the carnal need and desire for sex. Pornography has existed in a plethora of forms since ancient times, and that there has been an ongoing rift between the sexes for at least the past 80 years. Fertility rates have been declining globally, with a significant drop in developed countries observed since the mid-20th century. The United States reported a new historic low in fertility rates in April 2024, a 3% decline from 2022, and divorce rates have been frighteningly high and increasing since the mid-20th century. The question awaits: what could have possibly caused this rift? Well, if we acknowledge the pattern that this has been occurring since at least the mid-20th century, we have somewhere to look at for what was going on to cause this rift. The 1960s in the United States is symbolic of the experience of the expectation of abundance, especially considering the fruits of being on the winning side of World War II. It is said that the key word for this culture was affluence, with no limit to what could be enough because of the baby boomers and Great Generation's unfortunate recent trauma of World War II and the Great Depression in their rearview mirror. The prevailing question in their minds was how to be happy, as opposed to how long will this happiness last. The 1960s are considered the golden age of advertising, marked by the rise of television, the growth of consumerism, the rise of market research, and the overall rise of new media. Celebrity endorsements, humor, counterculture, and emotion were primary focuses of the 1960s. This time period had an extreme air of the encouragement of escapism, whose effects have rippled in the decades following it. Since then, we have seen notable increases in abortion, with Roe v. Wade occurring in 1973, and by this time 1.2 million illegal abortions were performed each year, the emergence of the second wave of feminism, which sought the birth control pill and focused on conversations surrounding the inequalities between the sexes, the increase in public conversations surrounding homosexuality with the 1969 Stonewall riots and the rise of gay liberation organizations, and the amplification of the free love movement during the 1960s and 1970s, whose goals included the separation of state and church interference in matters of marriage, birth control, and adultery, and the right to sexual pleasure without social or legal restraints, and was entwined with the history of feminism. It is interesting that the proliferation of conversations surrounding the intimate lives of individuals has actually reduced the amount of intimacy and togetherness between individuals, resulting in the reduced fertility rates and social unrest that we are seeing in all places that call themselves adopting a progressive way of social organization. What is progressive about this? That it progresses along the eradication of the species? I'm not sure, but I also can't be sure that pornography itself is as much of an issue that is affecting the sexes than that the sexes have been talking so much about their roles as opposed to just fulfilling them as they apparently naturally were before they were trivialized in the form of social movements and so-called intellectualizing. Because we still come back around to the same reality that the intimate interaction between male and female biology has the potential to bring about life, and that the vast majority of humans seek to have life beyond our current state of living, which will expire, and our contributions, which can also expire or lose significance as the gardens are not tended. And although science has been working to mitigate this reality with the implementation of the first artificially born baby in 1978, this does not and cannot circumvent the fact that we are still living here together and seek peace and love and unity, even if it feels too awkward or sacrificing to admit it. Should the Trump administration ban porn? I'm not sure, but I highly doubt that it will fix the attitudes that men and women have toward each other. There is a deeper cultural issue that has persisted, and I think that upon real investigation of our history, we can see the things that have served us and have not served us over the years. Those with ears, let them hear. What do you guys think? Should the Trump administration ban pornography? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed this video.
I'm not fucking tripping.
Papa told me I was changed by 20. Had a laugh, but it ain't that funny. Little draft, but it's clear and sunny. Yeah, my past, nothing can take that from me. But alas, I've come far from it. Yeah. Papa told me I would change by 20. Had a laugh, but it ain't that funny. Little draft, but it's clear and sunny. Yeah, my past, nothing can take that from me. But alas, I've come far from it.
Man, Sean.